Have you ever felt alone or felt lonely? Are you confused about the difference between the two? Well, today I'm here to talk to you about the terms being alone, feeling lonely, and solitude. So, the first term and the easiest of all of them to understand is being alone. Being alone is a physical state where you are physically by yourself. That means that there is no other human being with you or around you. So, an example would be I was alone in the bus. That means that no other person besides me was present in that bus. Or if I say I live alone, that means that no other human being lives with me. That's clear, right? Now, let's move on to feeling alone. So, now you've got the word alone and you've got feeling attached to it. That means that it is internal and it is subjective. It's what you feel as an individual in that given moment. You can feel alone not only when you are physically alone and there's nobody around you, but also when there are people around you. Let's take the bus example. So I was sitting in the bus alone. Now people have entered into the bus. So I've got people around me. However, I don't know these people. I don't have a relationship with these people. I don't have a connection with these people. So let's say I am sad or upset about something and I want to talk to a loved one who is missing in that moment. I feel alone. I feel I wish that person was around me or wish I could speak to that person. Let's take another example. Let's say you've gone to a social gathering and there are so many people around you. However, you don't have this one comfort person or your comfort group around you. At that moment, there is a possibility that you feel alone because you probably are missing those people and you just feel a little lost in that crowd, so you feel alone despite the fact that you have people around you. Now, let's take an example of a time where you are physically alone, so you don't have anybody around you. It's very natural when you are physically alone to feel alone, but it's not necessary that you feel alone throughout the day when you are alone. You might not feel alone when you have something to do, you're engaged in doing your work, you're reading, you're watching something. There could be moments in a day where I miss my loved ones. I feel like I wish this person was here and I could talk to. So it's an on and off feeling. So if you realize the basis of this feeling alone is that you have an emotional connection with some person, you have like a deep connect with a loved one, but that person isn't present in that given moment with you, and therefore you miss this connection, you miss these people, and so you feel alone in that given moment. All of us at some point or the other feel alone, and it is natural for us to feel so. Having said that, there might be a possibility that we also have this emotionally connected person with us and we still feel alone, because there might be certain times we feel disconnected temporarily with our loved one. Maybe we're just not on the same page. Maybe we feel that that person's not getting us in the given moment, etc. But this is temporary, which brings me to the next term, which is loneliness. Loneliness is a painful emotional state of feeling disconnected with others and with yourself. When you are in a state of loneliness, you do not have or you do not feel a deep emotional connect with any other person. Loneliness is a distorted perception where you feel that nobody understands you and nobody loves you. The lack of connection with others and yourself is so strong that it converts into a belief that nobody cares for you and nobody loves you, though this might not be true. You might have people around you who love you and who want to connect with you, but somehow, when you're in a state of loneliness, you create a wall around you that nobody can break. You tend to isolate yourself from the world, which is an extremely unpleasant state of being. And you definitely don't do this by choice. It is something that has led you to this state of loneliness. Which now brings me to the next term, which is solitude. Now, solitude is also described as isolation, but this is pleasant isolation. You make this choice when you want to relax, to reflect, to spend time in self discovery and personal growth, to spend time amidst nature. Solitude is a choice you make to keep yourself away from other people in order for you to enjoy your own company. So let's just run through these four terms once again. Being alone is when you are physically alone, and this might not be a choice you're making. It's like I was alone in the bus, or I live alone, but I would have preferred to live with my partner, let's say. So it's not a choice. The second term is feeling alone. You can feel alone when you are physically alone, but you can also feel alone when you are around people. That is because you have a deep emotional connect with somebody, loved ones, let's say, but they are not with you in the given moment. Hence, you probably miss them. You feel alone. Moving to loneliness. Loneliness is not a state of choice. It's a very unpleasant state where you feel so alone that you have a distorted perception that nobody around you loves you or cares for you. Secondly, you might be missing out on a deep emotional connect with any other human being. You also lack a connection with your own self. And the next term is solitude. Solitude is a choice. It's a pleasant experience of being alone. You make the choice to spend some time alone by yourself and enjoy your own company. I've experienced all these four states of being. What about you? If you'd like, you may share your experience in the comment sections. I'll see you around.